Look at these beautiful shelves. It's amazing. We stan beautiful shelves that are mostly organized and wonderful. Hello! It's me! And I'm wearing makeup for once. I don't know about anybody else, but I've been noticing a lot more negativity on YouTube than ever before. And I don't know if it has necessarily to do with this pandemic and the whole quarantine self-isolation thing. I'm thinking it's possible that that is a factor, but I don't think that it has absolutely everything to do with what's going on in the environment that's showing itself on YouTube. Normally, I wouldn't necessarily, have too much of a problem with it. I can definitely be the one to indulge in a couple drama videos here and there. But I'm starting to notice that it's getting absolutely out of hand, in a way. I'm not a fan of H3H3 or Keemstar by any means. I've watched a few of H3H3's videos at least, and some of their podcasts, so I'm familiar with them. I'm familiar with Keemstar in the sense of, how are you not familiar with Keemstar if you're on YouTube? He puts his foot in his mouth a lot. He's an interesting individual, to say the least. I really don't know, how genuine any of these people really are in regards to what they say on their channels, let alone what they could possibly be like in their personal lives, but there's that going on currently as I'm making this video. There's also Leafy kind of making jabs at people, which I can't really blame him for, considering tons of people made jabs at him, and now he's at this point where he can make jabs back. I definitely was a fan of Leafy back in the day. I don't condone a lot of the jokes that he has done in the past. I think a lot of them were very extreme, but I mean, that was kind of the point of him and his channel. It was to be extreme. I want to say cringe culture, but that's not fucking it. What's it called? It's all about that. His channel was, basically super edgy. Super edgy. So that was kind of one of the reasons why I watched it, was I watch a lot of content that is likely to be demonetized on YouTube because of one thing or another. Spooky shit. And crime-related stuff, and, I follow a mortician on YouTube who makes YouTube videos about death things, and because, I don't know, it's interesting to me. I've always been kind of like that, so I tend to gravitate towards that stuff. Anyway, I'm getting off topic. Really bad for that, ADHD brain and all. There's just a lot going on, and I think everyone just kind of needs to take a step back, take a breather, and just, I don't know, put something out that's actually kind of positive for a change, whether it be, you dancing in your living room to a song that you like, or, just anything, pets even. I've got beautiful cats that I have shown off on my channel with 2 videos. There's so many other things that you could be investing your time in other than dragging other people down. People are gonna go down a bad road regardless of if you have an opinion on it or not, regardless of if you tell them they're going to go that way or not. People make their own decisions, right? Don't get me wrong, it's nice to watch a drama video. It's nice to watch somebody kind of get theirs almost. I totally understand a lot behind it. I also understand that sometimes, people will watch drama videos in order to make themselves feel better in their own life and situations because, hey, at least I'm not that guy. So, I get it. But the thing is if we keep feeding off of this negativity and we keep passing it around, especially, on platforms that are really bad for it, such as Twitter, it's only gonna get worse. Especially if YouTubers and Twitch streamers are going to go after people's sponsors. I know that that's not a new thing. That's happened before all of this that's happening now. But it is kind of questionable, because the whole, I get it that every online creator has some form of competition. Everyone else is your competition, basically. But, I mean, there's a way to have healthy competition and there's a way to have unhealthy competition. And right now, everyone is going down the path of unhealthy competition. You can still view people as being your rival in like a sport setting or a work setting or a creative setting, anything really. But that doesn't mean that you have to like bash them. Yep. That doesn't mean that you have to expose them. Like, oh god, he exposed. Those videos are always interesting. Like, don't get me wrong, some of them are actually worth it. Some of them are important. For instance, I tend to follow Repzion's channel pretty closely, so I really enjoy his exposed videos, especially since he tends to be really reasonable when he goes into those types of people. And he mostly is speaking directly to them, but he is also like showing his viewers and other people who come across those videos like, hey, this isn't behavior that you should be influenced by, this isn't behavior that you should be condoning, stuff like that, you know? Like, I really like people who tend to be fair and rational in their critiques, if they are going to show any critiques. And I'm starting to realize that the more people that actually are fair with their critiques have done more research into the person that they are bashing or critiquing, whatever you want to call it, and depending on the situation, they may be calling to have them be taken off platforms, which, I mean, that's totally fair. Like, in the case of Onision, yeah, we kind of want him to be off every fucking platform that exists. Last I saw, he's on OnlyFans, and I mean, at least that's an 18-plus platform. So there's that. That's a fucking step forward in the right direction, almost, except kind of not really. I don't know. He's a creep in all sense of the word. What are you doing? What are you doing in my manga, huh? In the case of Davi Vanity as well, he's also a terrible, 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 terrible human being. So in those cases, I completely understand making videos and getting attention on it, but at the same time, I also have to wonder how much of that is actually going to help the investigation, or how much of that is going to harm it too, because there's also that. The thing is that in order to get a fair jury into a courtroom, they have to basically not know anything about the case. And the thing is that if everyone makes everyone aware of both Onision and Davi Vanity, it's, how are you supposed to find a fair jury? Like, that's something that's crossed my mind. I don't know if that's crossed anybody else's mind. It's crossed mine. The thing is we have to respect everyone. Everyone is a human being. Everyone has human rights. And a part of that is having a fair trial. And if we're potentially harming that, then that's also a problem too. I don't know, I kind of miss the old days of YouTube where people weren't making money off of it and were just really having whatever kind of fun that they were having with it. Like, I remember the Numa Numa song guy, and basically he was just having a grand old time in his little office doing his little dance to a song that he liked. Like, and it became viral, and it's still something that people will occasionally search for as like a classic YouTube kind of example. The creator of the Mean Kitty song, I don't know, maybe it's just me. Maybe I need to be finding more wholesome content on YouTube myself. It's just something that I've started to notice, is that, like, everything is starting to really go downhill for the platform, and it kind of makes me wonder how much longer it's going to be how it is. If I'm being honest. Like, and there's a lot of new YouTubers that have come onto the scene as well, and they're basically just trying to make their YouTube channels a place where you talk about all of the drama or the news or whatever you want to call it that's happening on this platform and other platforms, arguably. And I don't know. It just is it healthy to be so self-absorbed with other people's lives and so invested in other people's lives? Is it... Because, like, I don't think so. if anything, people should be putting more effort into their own lives and things that they want to accomplish. I don't think, at least with YouTube as a platform right now, it's definitely really hard to do any of that. Especially since most things get demonetized for whatever reason that they may have. And then there's also rumors about how there's this secret rating system that YouTube has that doesn't, and they don't tell the creators about. There's also the fact that there's like a blacklist when it comes to YouTube. If you're on the blacklist, you get like all of your videos suppressed, you don't get invited to any of the events, blah blah blah. And then there's the whitelist where your videos are always recommended, and then you're always invited to all of the YouTube events and stuff like that. Like, there's also rumors of that going on, and it's like, well, would it surprise me? No. No, it would not. Is it true? I don't know. Seems like it's a possibility, considering other people reporting on their own experiences. And I mean, I watched Nerd City, and Nerd City does a lot of research into his own videos, and he seems to think that that's what's going on as well. YouTube is just turning into a very different platform than it used to be. And I don't know, I'm kind of at that point where YouTube, it can be a job depending on what you're doing with it, but if your job is mostly tearing other people down, and it's not, like, in a fair manner, then I don't think it deserves to be here. Like, at least when it comes to, let's say, The Right Opinion and Jay Aubrey, they make it fair. Same with Repzion. They make it fair when they are critiquing other people, and they are being respectful, I would say. Oh, can you stop going after whatever the fuck it is you're going after? Hey. Hey. I think that there's a time and a place for negativity. I think there's a time, and I think that you also have to be fair if you're going to be, and respectful if you're going to be critiquing anybody. And a lot of people aren't. A lot of people are just attacking other people and just being as mean as they can possibly be, and also targeting their sponsors because, I mean, why not? Am I right? Might as well hit them in the paycheck if you really want to hurt them. And I don't think that's a world that we should be endorsing, let alone being active in. I really don't. It's kind of like the whole eye for an eye until the world goes blind kind of thing. That's what I think. Everyone is just going to, all of the higher up people that have been in either Twitch or YouTube for a really long time, they're going to start ruining it for everyone else, whether they be just a viewer or a small creator or whatever it is. They're going to end up ruining it for everyone because this is only going to go on for so long before it's not. And I'm not sure what that's going to look like, but I don't think it's going to be what anybody wants. So, I suppose this is my little PSA of being like, hey, if you're going to critique somebody, or if you're gonna have something negative to say about somebody else, could you at least be fair and respectful? Because otherwise we're going to completely and utterly destroy this platform, and it's going to be everyone's fault, ultimately. The viewers, the creators, everyone's going to be at fault for it. So, I don't know, I just don't want that to happen. It's my favorite platform. YouTube is one of my favorite platforms and has been pretty much since I was 8 years old. So I'd like to continue enjoying it. I'd like to continue enjoying the content that's on it. And I don't really want it to disappear anytime soon. Especially when all of the funny people that are more edgy that I enjoy seem to be coming back just to be edgy again. Then again, I wouldn't necessarily have my beautiful edgelords if like everyone was to take this advice. Are you guys really? Are you? Oh, he is in there. Ha! Sorry, the cats were playing with a paper bag. It was quite funny. Oh, now she's in there. Alright, well, I'm gonna end it here. Yeah, just be kind. Be kind and respectful. That's all. Okay, bye!